From The National, this is Trending Middle East. I'm Yasmin Al-Taji. It's Tuesday, September 16th. Here are today's headlines. Qatar has accused Israel of lying and making Gaza unlivable.
ما يريده فعلا هو جعل غزة غير صالحة للعيش الإنساني تمهيدا لتهجير سكانها.
Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim said Israel's is a, quote, terroristic government, unquote. This at Monday's emergency Arab Islamic summit in Doha. Qatar called the summit of more than 50 Arab and Islamic countries after Israel's surprise attack on Qatar targeting Hamas leaders that killed 6. The attack drew international condemnation, including from the UN Security Council, with the U.S. The states at the summit adopted a resolution declaring unanimous condemnation of Israel's attack on Qatar and a need to stand against Israel. The National's AlTaher reports from Doha.
The final communique at the summit contained a few things that were unsurprising, like the Arab and Islamic world's unwavering support to Qatar, of course. And there was also a point that is worth noting, which is that they urged a review of the country's diplomatic ties with Israel.
In an interview with The National on the sidelines of the summit, Palestinian Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Varsin Aghabakian said the unprecedented attack on Doha last week, quote, is part of Israel's strategy of expansionist ideology,
It
unquote.
comes as no surprise to me as a Palestinian, because that's exactly what Israel stands for, and that's exactly the mentality that rules Israel today.
On the side, the GCC countries are going to be holding an emergency summit in Qatar as well. But before that, the military arm of the Gulf Cooperation Council states is going to review the threats posed to them in the region, and they will activate the defense and deterrence mechanism within that arm.
Arab nations are considering an Egyptian proposal to establish a joint military force comprising troops and arms contributed by members of the Arab League. That's according to sources who spoke to The National. The proposal first came about in 2015. Now it's resurfacing in response to Israel's strike on Doha. The National's Hamza Hendawi reports from Cairo.
The sources said that Egypt was now understood to be pushing for Cairo to be the force's headquarters. Boasting the Middle East's largest army, Egypt also wants the commander's position to rotate among the 22 members of the Arab League, with an Egyptian serving the first term. Additionally, a civilian would serve as the force's Secretary General.
The proposal would create a united NATO-style military force. It was first presented by Egypt at an Arab summit in 2015. It was adopted in principle, but there was no progress in follow-up meetings. At the summit on Monday, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said Turkey is ready to share its defense industry capabilities with brotherly countries. He said, quote, we must intensify our cooperation to win the coming decades, unquote. Lebanese authorities have stopped a drug trafficking network's attempts to smuggle Captagon pills and cannabis to Saudi Arabia. That's according to Lebanon's national news agency. Security officials, quote, seized 6.5 million Captagon pills and 700 kilograms of cannabis, unquote. Lebanon's Interior Minister Ahmed Hajjar said on Monday. Lebanon's Interior Ministry said the network had links to Jordan, Turkey, and Australia. Its ringleader and several members were arrested after a months-long surveillance operation. The operation highlights intensifying regional collaboration to confront the threats of amphetamine smuggling in the Gulf region. Saudi Arabia has stepped up efforts in recent years to tackle drugs at their source and improve intelligence sharing with partners. That's all for this morning's headlines. You can get these stories and follow our live coverage at thenationalnews.com. Yasmin Al-Taji, The National.